Hello everyone, welcome to the Evil Empire. I'm your host, Evil Empire, and this week on the feature we have Black Snow. So this deck is in some sense a port from the Pioneer format of the mono black aggro deck that's been pretty big part of the meta in Pioneer from a pretty early stage, and it's really based around the idea of putting a clock on your opponent as quickly as possible, making them make decisions about their life total, and hopefully in that process making enough mistakes, letting us use our removal to push through damage, and trading off powerful cards with our 1-mana Thoughtseize, which Thoughtseize in a lot of ways is kind of the one card that rules them all in this deck. It's the one particular piece that allows it to trade up with higher CMC permanents, or I guess I should say higher mana value permanents now that they've made that change. But the idea being that if you clock your opponent hard enough with things like Spawn of Mayhem, with Rankle, you can use your removal, Murderous Rider, Heartless Act, Fatal Push, to be able to get through enough damage to take the opponent down to a very dangerous life total as early as turn 5, or even, sometimes in a very quick start, maybe at the end of turn 4, you have them down at a pretty late life total. Remember, you can play Spawn of Mayhem on 3 with Spectacle, and that's really one of the more powerful things the deck can do. You're kind of looking to curve like a good 1-drop. We have a trio of rare 1-drops here with Dread Wanderer, Gutter Bones, Knight of the Ebon Legion. Curve like 1 or 2, at the most 3 of those, into a Spawn of Mayhem turn 3. That's really the dream start. So you end up with, at the end of turn 3, you'll have 4 creatures to attack on turn 4. So that's kind of the idea. You want to get your opponent down as quick as possible. Spawn of Mayhem even helps a little bit further with that, being that if you yourself have a lower life total, less than 10, then it means that when I'm going ahead and bashing in with Spawn of Mayhem, it's getting bigger. It's dealing an extra damage, or maybe even 2 damage per turn. That part of it is really pretty underrated, in the fact that it just always deals damage at the beginning of each turn to the opponent. That also combined with dealing damage to you, but still, it's one that's able to really outrace a lot of decks. And similarly with Rankle, Rankle allows us to hit a little bit harder with that lose 1 life and draw a card clause. He's really almost like a 4/4 haster if you think of him that way. So that's kind of the top end of the deck. I'm doing something a little bit different. I'm trying out Blood on the Snow in this shell to see if maybe it's a kind of a sweeper that we can use to our advantage, and like get back a Rankle, get back a Spawn of Mayhem, and a little experiment in the deck that we'll see how that works out over the course of the video. And that's pretty much the deck. It's taking on a snow angle to be able to play Faceless Haven, because that 4/3 Vigilance attacker is pretty clutch in the late game, getting through even more damage to your opponent's life total that can be really dangerous for them. So that's pretty much the deck. That's Mono Black Snow aggro, and it's a deck in the historic format that I'm taking a little bit of an experiment with and trying out Blood on the Snow. We'll see. A 6-mana sorcery is a bit of an ask for an aggro deck like this. We're only running 24 land, which is not that much in the end. It really, especially in best of 1, is really low. You really would only see mono red or some deck like that go any lower than that, go down closer to 20, maybe even less than 20 with mono red. But that, I don't know if it's going to support playing Blood on the Snow, but we're going to give it a shot. I've also got a Liliana in with this package to, also maybe have a Planeswalker to grab from the yard if we happen to have her there. But we'll try that out and see if maybe by the end of the video we have an opinion about whether or not Blood on the Snow belongs in this deck. We'll kind of come to some conclusion about it and see what kind of our experiment yields in this particular video and this particular deck. So that's Mono Black Snow. I hope you enjoy the video. We'll have some historic ranked for you this week, and that is episode 32 of the feature. Please like the video, subscribe, comment below, and that will help us to bring you more historic content here on the Historic Weekly feature. If you enjoy seeing a new deck each week from the historic format, please support the channel. I know from looking at the statistics of this video, from past videos, that there are a lot of people who are watching who are not subscribed. So please take a moment to sub to the channel. You'll get a notification each week about the new video, so you won't even have to go looking for it. It'll just kind of show up on your YouTube feed. Please take a moment to subscribe now to the channel, and that support really helps in the long run. So thanks a lot, enjoy the video, and here are some games with Mono Black Snow. Yeah, this looks like a keep to me. We've got our two best creatures in Rankle and Spawn, a 1-drop, a Fatal Push, so yeah, this is about as good as it gets for this deck. You might want to see like one less land in your opener, and like one more spell, obviously, but like, meh. We'll take 3 lands and 4 spells. So I'm gonna go Swamp and Dread Wanderer. The opponent has mulligan to 6. Chromatic Sphere, okay. So some kind of artifact combo deck. Dread Wanderer. Oh boy. Alright, they've got the Dream Start with Emery, and I'm not going to be able to get rid of it this turn. Maybe next turn with the Murderous Rider. So attack into Emery, they're not going to block. Go to 18. Wish I could do this. I mean, by the way, the game will allow you to do it. It's just, it's not going to do anything. You target the Emery with Fatal Push there. Alright, so they go Llanowar Elves. Emery's going to play out something. Mox Amber? Okay. Oh, do they have also Commit Memory just sitting there? That's really weird. You don't see Commit Memory in this deck a lot. Fatal Push on the Llanowar Elves. And then next turn I'll go Murderous Rider on Emery. We'll see what they've got. Oh, you're gonna wish that you saved that. Okay, yeah, so Fatal Push gets blanked, but... Alright, Blood in the Snow. Don't know if I'm quite there yet with mana, so... Murderous Rider on Emery, because we can't let them have a combo piece. And I think they have Paradox Engine in the yard, too, so... Another reason that for them not to have this, they might have a land and then be able to play out the engine. Alright, so sacrificing Chromatic Sphere to make green. Play out a land that's green. And a Burgie. Okay. So my next turn I have 4 mana. Rankle probably is the play. And make them sacrifice their Llanowar Elf. And I'll sacrifice the Dread Wanderer. Hang it back here so they don't block it. I need to be able to sack it. Yeah, so you discard, you sack. I'll discard Blood on the Snow because I'm not going to get there before this game is out of reach, so... Don't really matter. Burgie turns on the Mox Amber with being able to make red mana. Yeah, so it just does, it makes red mana there for Mind Stone. 1 mana Mind Stone effectively. Or I guess it's a free Mind Stone effectively because they get a mana from it and then also make 1 off Burgie. Burgie attacks down to 15. Okay. So Rankle goes in, hit them. Draw 1, lose a life, or just sack? Yeah, just sack. Spawn, leave up the push. In case they have like a Kinnan or something. Alright, what's the top deck? Oh, they're just gonna memory? Oh, goodness. Okay, so goodbye push. I don't know how that's gonna work out. Let's see. So attack with Rankle and Spawn plus Thoughtseize after attacks. Down to 2. Down to 1. The Dread Wanderer is not going to do much here. Okay, draw is Faceless Haven, the play is Thoughtseize. What do we take? Oh boy, okay. They've got a lot of the combo pieces, and Alrund's Epiphany. What do you take? Probably the Epiphany, I think. Don't want them taking an extra turn. That would, like, let them turn the corner. Okay, so there's Cannon. Lets them double up their Mox Amber mana. The Engine. Alright, maybe the Engine was the one to take. They get memory again. Alright. Oh, and Karn. Oh, maybe Karn was the take. Oh, God.
Worse than I will not lose another friend.
I will not get another turn. And now they have infinite mana with Ancestral Statue. Oh, God. Alright, well, now I have to stay in this for a while to punish myself. Because I should have taken one of the actual relevant combo pieces instead of, like, you know, the silly extra turn spell. Yeah, Portal of Sanctuary to start bouncing their creature. Yeah, the statue, yeah, sure. Alright, well, we're gonna let them play this out because it was kind of an amazing misplay on my part. But, I mean, I don't think things work out much better. Unless, maybe I take the Engine. I think maybe Paradox Engine was the right take. Either Karn or Engine, I can't tell. Yeah, now I'm just out of luck, I guess. They can use the portal to, yeah, bounce the statue. Here we go. Play it again with all their infinite mana. Down for, like, they were at 1, and then this. Come on. How did I not take the Engine?
Until you have lived as a statue, true goodness can never be corrupted.
Next spell they cast is gonna be it, so. Alright, they have enough now. Oh, they're just gonna keep playing. Oh, that's kind of rotten. I'm pretty sure at this point they should just end the game instead of being a jerk about it.
Alright, yeah. Stand down.
I don't know, we'll let them get to like 100 life, and then that's enough. The boat. Play out the boat. Take down the Rankle. Yeah, alright, I've seen enough. Sure. Yeah, they could play the boat twice. I mean, they have infinite mana, so it doesn't matter. See you later. What a classy person you are. Yeah, that's a keep. Lots of 1-drops. Looks good. One of each of the rare 1-drops, so that feels good. Opponent goes World Tree tapped. Oh wow, they're memeing for sure. Opponent on the memes. Alright, 1-drop, 1-drop. Best possible start. Yeah. Yeah, that's right. Got 3 creatures. All of them cost 1 mana. Growth Spiral. Put down a 2nd World Tree. Okay. I mean, those are legal plays. Pump this. Life total goes to 11. These go to 11. Alright, so opponent has lost half their life. They've played nothing to the board. Explore. Alright. White mana. Green mana. Cultivate. Alright, you have big mana. I get it. Big mana happening. Big stuff popping. Let's see. This gets us pretty close to getting them. Okay. One off. Really? Interesting. Interesting game. Yeah, this looks like a keep. I mean, I've got 2 1-drops, a Fatal Push, so yeah, this is perfect. That last game, by the way, is so emblematic of historic best of 1 as a format. It's like, oh man. Some of the games, so many of the games are just non-games because it's like, you know, one person has it and one person doesn't. So I guess in the last game, like, our opponent knows a lot better than we do a lot better than I do what exactly they have. So it's the situation where, like, they knew they didn't have any way to, you know, wipe the board or whatever. So weird. That was a weird one. I liked it. That's what I like about historic best of 1. It's weird and wild. So I know a lot of people say that that's terrible, and I understand. But, you know, people like what they like. And it's, you know, it's a doomed format, so whatever. Like, doomed in the sense that, you know, it's going to be overtaken by Pioneer, or I don't know. Otherwise, it's otherwise going to be supplanted by, like, Modern or other stuff that might eventually come to Arena. Alright, so opponent on the Gobos, but only the bad Gobos. Let's get rid of their one good Gobbo. But yeah, I'd say overall that historic best of 1 is very uneven and very poorly curated. We can't attack here because they're just going to trade. So, that's lame. Very poorly maintained and, like, just really wild. A 2nd Instigator. Alright, what's their last card? I hope it's nothing good. If it's nothing good, then we're in pretty good shape here. So attack with Knight, threaten the pump. Feel like blocking? No. No. Yes, no. Seems like no. Yeah, then we're just gonna do this. Like whatever. Might as well sink some mana into that. I'm not doing much else. The Scrap Heap is not doing a whole lot here. He's not blocking. Oh, excellent. Okay, so they have nothing. This is perfect. Yeah, just trade, whatever. This. Attack. No, don't attack? Okay. Oh boy, the Ringleader is bad. They get Gem Palm. Okay, well, I think Gem Palm is survivable here. I just need to hold up enough mana to pump the Knight. We'll attack here, see if they want to double up. Because Scrounger's not blocking, so it might as well attack. No block. Opponent to 13. Let's see if they... Yeah, they're gonna do it. Okay, well this is on board, so you really have nobody to blame but yourself. I can't be held responsible here. I am not responsible, opponent. That was an onboard trick. Onboard trick. Okay. Attacks. I'm not blocking. My life total to 11. Pass the turn. They could have sequenced that differently, and it would have been better for them. They're realizing now, much to their chagrin. Yeah, if you play the Wily Goblin first, then it's better. But you have to sack both your treasures. No, you don't even. You don't even have to sack both your treasures. Yeah, you just cycle it. So, really big bad play. Alright, that's a problem. Don't like that. You don't like to see it. But, okay, they don't have anything to play out with it. Nothing to do with all that Gobbo mana. Gobs and gobs of Gobbo mana. Block the ringleader. Life total to 6. Alright, that's pretty bad. Probably gonna lose this. Nope, that's not blood on the snow. Man, just getting pecked to death with stupid gobbos. Dagnabbit. Alright, I think I get one more turn. Maybe one more turn. Just flooding out super hard here. I've drawn like half of the lands in the deck. More than half, right? Because what? 7, 8, 9, 10. A little less than half the lands. But, oh, and a haste creature to win it. Alright, Gobbo opponent. With your bad Gobbos. Feels bad, man. Let's see what the top card of my deck was, if it was going to help me at all. Nope, it was not. Blood on the snow. No block. Game over. GG. No, I can't keep this. No way. The Double Castle Lochthwain is the indicator. Yeah, much better. Put back blood on this now. Yeah, okay. So, I think we know what the verdict is on this card. Put back Rankle? Okay. Well, we'll try it. We'll see. But I'm not hopeful. I'm gonna give it my best shot here. I'm gonna put Rankle back in the hopes that blood on the snow will be better, but I've got to find out about this card, so I've got to keep it here. Got to find out about it, so I've got to keep it. Alright, Swamp Pass feels bad. Opponent Mountain Pass. Swamp Pass. Steamkin, pass. Alright, so we'll Murderous Rider the Steamkin, or whatever, Swift End the Steamkin. And then next turn, just Spawn of Mayhem pass, probably. Runaway Steamkin again? Well then, in that case, let's just kill it, because that thing gets out of control fast. I'll discard Blood on the... Oh. I'll discard Knight, I guess? Yeah, because, I mean, I'm not going to have the Spectacle to be able to make money on that, if you will. Yeah, I drew another 1-drop anyway, so whatever. Boy, that Phoenix of Ash looking good for them. Torbran. Torbran. Oh, Torbran. So, Spawn of Mayhem is very sad, because it's going to just die to, like, shock here. Dies to literal any burn, except for, like, Spikefield Hazard. Phoenix of Ash. Attack with both. Alright, I'll block Torbrand. Hopefully nothing bad happens. I'm sure nothing could go wrong here. Yeah, there it is. I hate Torbrand. I hate Embercleave. I hate Torbrand. I hate Mono Red. How could you get to Mythic and the only thing you could think to do is to play Beloved Mono Red? That's how much creativity this opponent has. Just gonna play Phoenix of Ash Mono Red like I like to, they say. Alright, escape the Phoenix. I'm dead. I hate Mono Red. I hate life. I will no longer be living. I hate losing. No, please. What? Why would you? Okay. Opponent being a little bit awkward with the attack, but it matters not because we all know they have the shock. Come on, just do it. We all know you have it. You never don't have it. Alright, I get another turn to not draw land. Okay, great. Yeah, one more. Still need one more to get to this Blood on the Snow. Why does Blood on the Snow cost 6, everybody? Yeah, it just costs 5. I would have lived here a little bit. Not really, because they would have just escaped the Phoenix, but... no. Better. Keepable, yeah. What goes back? The Rider. Gutter Bones. Getting his gutter in them bones. The bones in them gutters. Forest from the opponent. Jasper Sentinel, so Elves. Yeah, Elves does not feel great. Gonna just see what's in that old Handaruni. Alright, so take one of the Lords. Either Clan Caller or Druid. Take the Archdruid, because it makes mana. Which is dangerous. Alright, don't have much here. Got a Gutter Bones and a Prayer. Alright, Murderous Rider's a draw. And attacking with the bones that are guttery. Still don't have much here. Just have like a wing and a prayer. Gwennon's Elite. Make a couple of elves. Clan Caller's coming down, so let's take care of that with the open mana with Swift End it. Oh, not yet. Yeah, back. Now is the time. Getting rid of Clan Caller feels good here. Okay, I don't hate it. I don't love it, I don't hate it. Let them see if they want to trade. Yep. Play this. Play this. The Murderous Rider is like kind of a boss on this board right now, which is rare for a Murderous Rider. Visionary, draw a card. They have 3 mana. Okay, Archdruid is bad for me. Rankle's good, but don't know how good. Let's find out. Attack. Here, here. Not the knight. So choose the discard and the sack creature on Rankle. Get rid of the Murderous Rider, put it back in the library. Okay, we got some blockers here. I guess just didn't want to top deck anymore. Hand is okay. It's not the best hand I've ever seen, but we're missing a 2 mana play. Oh great, it's auras. This is the deck that got me here. And now I'm gonna lose to it, for sure. Made Mythic with this deck. I don't run Ornithopter in my version. It's totally fine. If you run Ornithopter, I'm not mad at you, but I just don't do it myself. Insight, draw a card. Yeah, we got problems. We needed to draw Fatal Push instead of Murderous Rider here. Pretty bad problems, actually, as far as problems go. Bit of my own medicine here. Core Spirit Dancer. Play the Core Spirit Dancer, and then what? What's the follow-up? Furious Obsession on Ornithopter, draw a card. They're going to draw 3 cards this turn casually. And there's the other 2. Yeah, big trouble here. Big card advantage equals big trouble for me. I am not going to keep up with this card advantage. This Blood on the Snow is terrible right now. No blocks from the opponent, because, you know, why would they? Murderous Rider is a question here, right? Where does it go? Does it go at the Core Spirit Dancer, or does it go at the Ornithopter? The Ornithopter is drawing 2 cards a turn. But Core Spirit Dancer is drawing potentially more. I'm going to pick the Ornithopter here. I think I'm wrong. But that's what I pick. It's probably the wrong thing. Yeah, should have gotten rid of the Core Spirit Dancer and then could have taken out the Ornithopter later, maybe. Probably not. Given that they have so much other stuff. Ouch. Don't tase me, Core Spirit Dancer. Don't tase me. Boy, and the Selfless Savior. The Doggo and the little Alcid. That's the dream right there. Need 1 more mana to be able to kill this Core Spirit Dancer. I don't have it. So flood it out in the earlier game. Don't have the mana that I need here to be able to Fatal Push and Swift End. Which I need both of them because I need to respond to Selfless Savior's activation. Yeah, opponent to 16, but the game's over. Once they untap here, it's done. It's pretty upsetting, but there's not much to do. The Aura's deck is really, really OP in Best of 1. It has like a 59%, 58, 59% win rate for a lot of the data that I've seen. And it's a quick, easy way to get to Mythic in, like, you know, less than 200 Best of 1 games if you want to play it. If you can afford to buy this deck with wild cards. I would highly recommend it for, like, a beginner because it's such a solid Best of 1 deck. And it's just, like, free ticket to Mythic every season. So I've definitely been punching that ticket. And then when I get here, I do something different, which, you know, maybe I shouldn't do, but... Boy, yeah, okay, this opponent really, really styling, profiling. As Clyde Frazier would say. Yeah, no, make sure you get all the auras on there. Yeah. Okay. Great. Good times.
And I'm back with Black Snow. Well, our experiment didn't quite go as I hoped it would. Don't think that Blood on the Snow is really the card that we want in this deck, so you, if you're going to take this one for your own, should just cut Blood on the Snow, cut Liliana, and probably add more good cards. So I guess, you know, maybe 1 or 2 more Gutter Bones. Another Heartless Act would be pretty good in this deck. I think it likes a lot of removal. Going the full 4 of Scrap Heap Scrounger is another possibility when you're filling in those last remaining flex slots in the deck. If you want to go up to the 4th Spawn of Mayhem, that's certainly something you can do as well. But the deck overall plays really well. I think it definitely has a place to play its part in the meta as a kind of a third big aggro deck behind Mono White and behind Elves. I think Goblins really would probably take even a 4th place in my opinion, although I know people always talk about how busted Muxus is. I think this deck is just as busted, but doesn't really rely on that 1-card Muxus, which there are some ways to counterplay against that. Obviously, Grafdigger's Cage is a card that a lot of people are main decking in the format because it shuts down the Arcanist deck, it shuts down a lot of the shenanigans that come from other decks, like Collected Company decks. So it's a particularly vulnerable strategy, and I think for that reason, Goblins has really fallen off in the meta. This deck is not quite so vulnerable to that particular counterplay, although it does hate to see a board wipe. So from that point of view, if you're facing a deck that can wipe the board, it is a lot tougher. But overall, it plays really smoothly, really well. It was a deck that I got from the deck list dump on magic.gg. I think it was for early March, like somewhere in the March 9th region, maybe, that particular deck dump. I know that they've also come out with a newer one since then on March 15th, I believe, but it was the one before that where I got this deck, Mono Black Snow. And overall, I just think it's a really fantastic addition, and I would definitely slot it in ahead of Goblins as a powerful and very strong option. If you're looking to play aggro in the meta right now, I think, especially in Best of 1, this is a fun option, and it has a lot of flexibility. You can tune it to suit the meta. You could add more spot removal. You could kind of change up the format, or rather change up the curve, to suit the format. And if you wanted to maybe be a little bit heavier on 2 or 3 drops, you could think about cutting one of the trio of rare 1 drops and maybe go a little bit bigger in that respect. But there's definitely a few different ways you could build this, and I think Faceless Haven is definitely a card that's going to make an impact in the historic format, and you'll see a few more decks, I think, go to snow-covered lands to try to include a Faceless Haven. You don't even really need other payoffs, I find. Just the Haven itself is enough. So that's going to do it for this week's feature. I hope you enjoyed. Please like the video, subscribe, and comment below. Tell me what you thought of Black Snow this week. And that's going to be all. See you in the next one. Looking forward to seeing you next week. Thank you for watching the video, and I'll see you next week. Evil Empire signing off.